Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about something that I have known for 36 years, as long as I've known Adam. Okay, Adam is my ex-husband, and he and I share a house. Now, I have known, like I said, him for 36 years, and I've known about probably a little less than that. The women that I've ran across who are from his country, he grew up in a country across the globe from me. I grew up in Texas. Okay, and it's a very different culture, very different, totally different language, and just very different. But anyway, the women that I have met, you know, like his family, extended family, including cousins and aunt and all that kind of stuff, and like his friends, their wives and or girlfriends, and other families' wives or girlfriends, whatever, I have met over 30-something years. They do this, all have this one thing in common that they do. Okay, and that one thing that they do, there's a lot of different ways that they've done. I mean, it's the same thing, really. But over the years, I don't remember every one of them. It's like every blue moon. But the thing that they do is, when they come for like dinner, just dinner, you know, or, you know, say they're staying a weekend, say even a couple weeks, you know, because everybody's not all at the same places, you know, the same areas of Texas or even the same state or country. Okay, or they might come for a month, however length of time. They all do this. And that thing is to take over the kitchen. Okay, I'm saying they come to visit us, Adam and I. You know, when we were married, since then, all that. They would always do this, of taking over the kitchen. Now, I didn't say my kitchen, because it's both of our kitchen, mine and Adam's. Okay, and I don't play with those gender roles, you know, the woman does this and the man does that. But overall, I do most of the cooking and buying the groceries, okay? And so the kitchen is more set to me because I'm doing all the cooking and things need to be efficient, you know, so I don't spend forever in a day in the kitchen. Yeah, so, and he does, I'm not going to go into great detail. He does cook every once in a while, but not all that often. Okay, for 30-something years now. Okay, when I say that they take over the kitchen, I mean they take over. Okay, like as if it's theirs, that if it belongs to them, and things have somehow been put in the wrong order. Seriously, they will move everything. Imagine everything in your kitchen, like in the cabinets, in the pantry, in the on shelves, on the countertops, in your refrigerator, in your freezer. They will move it. I am not kidding. Okay, where was I? Yeah, these women would take over the kitchen. Okay, it's about 30 minutes later, I guess, from where I started. So, anyway, they would take over the kitchen and rearrange things, whether they came as one, or usually, I don't think there was ever any more than 3 at a time. And they did also things like they would guard it. Okay, say they stayed for a weekend or a week or something. I'd get up in the morning and they would be, somebody would be there in the kitchen, one of them. And they would be in there until after dinner. Okay, and dinner is usually 7 o'clock, you know, kind of attitude. And it would make me feel like I was crossing over into their territory, and I had no right to be there. Now, I don't remember all my responses all those years and everything, so I'm going to leave that out for now. I'll do more videos on my response, more recent times. But they always had that kind of thing, and every meal would be their style, their cooking. I wouldn't cook theirs, but it would be their meal. Let me go into more detail on that. Okay, usually it would be, they would cook, say, one meal for dinner, you know. I don't know, different people call dinner, lunch, and all that, different things. But anyway, dinner, that would be leftovers for lunch the next day. Okay, and they would do this whether I said, no, we're cooking, you know, we're going to cook this, or I'm going to make that for, you know, lunch or dinner. No, they were going to cook their own, you know, like I said, for dinner. And lunch would be the leftovers from the day before, and maybe even the day before that. And they made a lot of food each time. Okay, so the refrigerator was always stuffed with leftovers. Okay, some leftovers. And I mean, the refrigerator would be stuffed. It would be hard to put anything of mine in. And now if I did, it would kind of disappear. Okay. Seriously, like, somebody knowing what I like is these little cups of yogurt, and I would even ask me if, what I liked for snack, and I said these little cups of yogurt, and she'd seen me buy them. She bought herself one. She ate mine. They would be gone. I would get one, like, right before I go to bed. I usually eat one. I'd have one that night. The next night, go back, then they're gone. No matter how many I bought. Okay, now, if I cooked something and there was some leftovers, one time, I can't remember, actually, it got taken out and put on the countertop so it would spoil. They would do things like that, okay? Because it was going to be their meal on that table, and only their meals on the table, always, okay? And they would do things such as turning whatever I'm cooking, said, no, I'm cooking, and they would turn it off or turn it up. Either way, it wasn't going to make it to the table, on time. And they would make sure they had plenty of their stuff on the table. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it just, that kind of thing just goes on and on. And yeah, imagine it. Okay, and just for the record, my cooking is not bad. Okay, I'm not, I don't brag about my cooking, but it's pretty good. And nobody's ever complained except for this little group. Okay. And what do I think about their food? Well, whenever they go in the kitchen at 7 o'clock in the morning and start a meal for supper at 7 o'clock at night, and they really, sometimes it takes them 12 hours to cook one meal. No, it's mush to me. And I've eaten, now remember, this is from a different country. Okay, the food. I've eaten the food at restaurants and stuff, and it tastes great to me, most of it. There's some things I don't like, just like, I don't like some of the things that, say, my sister makes, But, so and plus, I have hypertension and I have type 2 diabetes. Was not my fault. I've always eaten, not so much. But I have an adrenal disorder. So it causes both of them. So I have to watch what I eat. And it's like, no, I can't overload on carbohydrates, can't overload on salt, sodium. They have rice or potatoes, if not both, in every meal. Plenty of it. They will stuff the meat with rice somehow. If not, they have a huge pot, not just your little pot of rice, a huge pot for, say, 2 or 3 people of rice. Okay? Okay, and like I said, potatoes mixed with whatever it is, you would have to really just sit there and pick out one or the other, every piece of rice or every piece, every piece of potato, something like that to eat. It's going to have lots of carbs and lots of salt. I didn't mention that. And sodium. A lot of sodium. Oh my goodness, a lot of sodium. So, I can't eat that, And also, it just doesn't taste good. 12 hours of cooking something? No. 7 hours cooking something? No. To me, this stuff just doesn't taste that great. And, of course, they would try to guilt me that I wouldn't eat it. No, I'm not going to eat it. And I would explain, I cannot not eat that because it's too much sodium, too much, carbohydrates. Be nice about it as nice as I can after they keep doing it. You see? It's unbelievable. Okay, and I think some of you might be able to figure out what is really going on there. It's that they must be in control. They must have all the attention on them. They are entitled to everybody talking about their food is wonderful, great, and all that. And they want to be that center of attention. And trust me when I say, to them, they must be that center of attention. Don't burn your food, throw it out, turn it off, whatever it is. And that's just one area of the house. You go into the living room to watch TV. You have one special TV news you watch. Every night at the same time, they're going to talk to the other person and in the other language, not English, which I don't know their language, the whole while loudly, or call somebody on the phone sitting right there in the living room where the TV is. Okay, and you see what I'm saying? On and on. They have to have the attention of everybody, and it's their rules, their way, their control. And what I failed to mention is some of these had the nerve would have, this is over years, 36 years, not the same people, not the same time. Some of them were. They would do things such as, like a tisk tisk, shame on you, in a different language often that I didn't understand, or they'd make the noise, or it would ask me, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why don't you do this way? Why don't you know this is better? Why? Always with that accusation of that they're right and I'm wrong. They know everything, okay? I'm 54 years old right now. And I got married when I was 18. But all these years, I've heard this from these women. And like I said, it's not just his family. It's other women that are like his friends' wives. Okay, now, it wasn't until recently. Now, I don't remember like I said, I don't remember all those years. I would be lying if I did say that I did every time. Remembered every time. But in the more recent times that it's happened, well, I started to think, how is Adam doing this? Now, remember, this is 2 different languages. And I don't speak their language, and they, some of them barely speak any English at all. So how was Adam orchestrating some of this? Was he telling me, like more current time is, she loves to do this certain thing, and he was telling them what? Okay, and I should say that as a plural and not all at the same time. The more recent ones, because I started to question this because of the response that they had to me, the way they overall treated me. Okay, and it actually came from a man, one of the husbands, Adam's friend. Something he said to me one time. Yeah. Okay, but really, this video is getting pretty long, and plus it's got a lot of background to just tell that. But yeah, it's made me think that maybe Adam is orchestrating some of this and playing both sides, because Adam wants them to cook. He grew up on this food. I did not grow up on that food. So he grew up, and he likes it. Okay, so he's getting it every meal. Me, I don't like it, and trying to cook my own meal, you see, would be such a hassle, because these women are guarding with their life the kitchen, So, I think I'll add more I'll tell more about this in other videos. Actually, I have lots of videos I want to make, lots of thoughts I have on my mind about this kind of thing. Anyway, so that's enough for this video for now. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share if you would, and I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.